Premature birth is the #1 killer of babies. Those who survive often face birth defects and complications that affect them for life. For hundreds of thousands of families in the United States, this is the hardest thing they will ever have to face. And it's even harder on the baby. March of Dimes is providing education and support to families and funding life-saving research to give every baby a fighting chance. You can help. Do something today. Give them tomorrow at marchofdimes.org/tomorrow.
See that cute little dog in the pet store window? Chances are it came from a puppy mill, a breeding facility that forces caged, neglected, and often sick dogs to churn out puppy after puppy to be sold for profit. Meanwhile, millions of wonderful, healthy pets end up in animal shelters. This leads to the killing of more than 9,000 by the end of today. But with one simple choice, you can help, just by deciding to adopt instead of purchase your next pet. Animal shelters are full of amazing pets looking for a home. When you adopt your new best friend, not only are you saving a life, you're taking a stand against puppy mills. When your friends see the smart choice and impact you've made, they adopt their next pet and share with 5 of their friends, who share with 5 more. Before long, thousands get involved. Pet stores stop selling dogs from puppy mills, and even more lives are saved. And with your help, we can save them all. Visit bestfriends.org/puppymills to learn more.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The following letters were written by our troops.
My dear fellow Americans, I truly appreciate your support. I was starting to wonder if people had forgotten about us over here, but then one of my buddies showed me this website, and now as tears are streaming down my face, I can see for sure that you haven't. Private Emily B., U.S. Army.
It's so heartwarming to see the American people not letting the men and women of the armed forces be forgotten. Your letters make a group of grown men, battle-hardened and gruff, act like a bunch of kids around a Christmas tree. Thanks. Staff Sergeant Matthew H., U.S. Army.
Your support may be the most important thing our troops can carry with them. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs. To show your support, visit americasupportsyou.mil. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Ad Council.
Thousands of families affected by disasters, like the recent wildfires, urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide warm meals, shelter, and hope to families when they need it most. Please donate today to Red Cross Disaster Relief to help people affected by disasters, big and small. Go to redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS today. Your support is critical. We can't do it without you.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you could still have hepatitis C, a serious disease that's a leading cause of liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 65, you should get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments can cure this disease. Talk to your doctor about getting tested. A message from the CDC.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
Well, good morning to you one and all. Good morning. It is Thanksgiving Eve, according to some of you out there. That's right, it is Wednesday, Hump Day, November the 23rd in the year of our Lord 2016. But, which makes it, it makes it Turkey Eve Day, right? Is that Turkey Eve? Well, anyway, good morning, folks. It is I, your lovable host, Elrod, coming to you live from the bunkerized studio somewhere within the great Granite State of New Hampshire. As we come to you live, where the state's motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust. And yeah, I did check again this morning, and no, it has not changed at all. It's still the same. But in any case, this is an amended week because tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day. So officially, that actually makes today Freedom Friday.
Welcome to Freedom Friday.
Yes, we like to kick off the end of the week and the beginning of the weekend with a little bit more light-hearted fare than we do during the rest of the week. But since this is a holiday week and we will not be here live on Friday, we've had to move Freedom Friday up to Wednesday. So today is Wednesday/Freedom Friday. Yes, you are welcome. We're going to cover some lighter sides of the politics and pop culture and news and just about anything you want to talk about today. Do keep it clean, please. 603-835-3226 is the call-in number. We'll talk about just about anything, even if it's related to cooking or baking that perfect turkey. I may have a suggestion or two for you that I have learned and gleaned from my mother, grandmother, and, of course, everybody's great-grandmother, the internet. Speaking of turkey, have you ever heard of a turkey purring? I never heard of a turkey. Just listen for a second. Here's a turkey purring. Gotta admit, I've never. Listen again. That almost sounds like my cat. I had no idea turkeys could make that kind of sound. Interesting indeed. Turkey purring. So, there you have it. Got a long list of stuff in the paper pile, both heavy and light this morning. We'll try to get through as much of it as possible, plus your calls, of course. Now, before people think that I'm sounding kind of grumpy, especially on the day before Thanksgiving, I'm not grumpy at all. I'm in very good spirits. I'm just I'm annoyed. I know it's just the way things are going today, and it seems like, well, maybe it's because Obama's been in office for 8 years. It just seems like I'm more easily annoyed today than I was in the past, even the recent past. But it's just been because you know what annoys me is when people, or not people, but well, it is people, when things slow me down through no fault of my own. And when I didn't ask for any of this stuff, I should say ask for any of this stuff. Like, for instance, yesterday my email was jam-packed from different places saying, well, we noticed you haven't logged in a while. If you don't log in now, you're going to lose all your data. Well, in the majority of the cases, it's been less than 30 days since maybe I've visited, but I haven't had a need to visit. And now you're going to threaten me with deactivating my account because I haven't been there within 30 days. Well, you know what? I am tired of that, trying to keep up with that BS. Because every time I used to get one of those, I'd go, oh my goodness, I can't lose my data over there. I better rush over there. And then there's been times when I've forgotten to go over there, and then 2 months later, I'm getting the same damn message. You know what? I am wise to you. If you want to delete my information, go right ahead. I won't ever use you again because I'm not going to re-enter it. It's getting annoying. And what is this getting? Now I'm getting emails from the New York Times. What part of I would never subscribe to your newspaper so I could use it for cat litter do you not understand? Why am I getting emails from the New York Times? I didn't subscribe to any email to get emails from the New York Times. Hey, that's about as bad as me subscribing to the LA Times. Are you kidding me? I know they're getting desperate. They're probably trying to lash out or trying to get anybody and everybody they can to try to come back to them. But they're barking up the wrong tree over here. It's just getting to the point where you just want to cut strings on everything, but you can't do it because even when you've got an old email account that you're trying to clean up, I have spent the last 3 months trying to clean up stuff of an email account that I don't want to use anymore, and I still get stuff. I'm like, there's something wrong here. You know, all these companies say they don't share or sell your information. Well, how the hell am I still getting emails from all over the damn place if nobody's selling or sharing my info? And if I am blocking, deleting, and whatever else you have to do to get rid of stuff, unsubscribe to different stuff for this email account, so how am I still getting stuff? So even when you try to, it's a lot of work to try to not have to do a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? In other words, if you're trying to keep your profile on your online profile to a minimum so you don't get all this time-wasting stuff, it takes you a lot of time to do that. It's kind of, isn't that ironic? Cue in Alanis Morissette. Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? I never was a fan of her noise. Yeah, I didn't call it music. Some of you out there will probably like Alanis Morissette. I never did like her. It's like rain on a wedding day. I mean, really? That's music? Some people are probably thinking, what the hell was that screeching? Well, that was my imitation of Alanis Morissette. And I think it's dead accurate, by the way. I'm not a huge Alanis Morissette fan. By the way, This from not Yahoo News not early this morning, just recently this morning. With this latest new grant, Obama reaches clemency milestone. Yeah. There's a lot that this guy has done that has outpaced previous presidents combined. President Obama announced he would free 79 more drug offenders from federal prison Tuesday, pushing the total number of commutations under his tenure to over 1,000. With his new grant, Obama has handed out more commutations than the past 11 presidents combined, part of his 2014 decision to use his previously dormant clemency power in a new and aggressive way. Now, granted, I'm going to give him a few props. From what I understand, a lot of these drug-related clemencies are not for people who distributed, but for people who just used. And now you have to remember, though, he's trying, I don't think he's really trying, but he's fixing an issue or a problem that came about during the Clinton years. And I'm talking about Bill, not Hillary. I got something here about on the Huffington Post. I mean, these people are getting crazy and desperate on the left. I mean, beyond desperate. It's just they're talking about grasping for straws. But he's trying to fix a problem that was started under the Bill Clinton administration with the 100,000 new cops on the street. Now, understand how hypocritical the left is. How they talk about they need to do. Even Hillary said we needed criminal justice reform. Well, lady, your husband gave us that back in the late 90s. That you were wholeheartedly behind. You didn't separate yourself from your husband on that. So you like this, tougher crimes, 3 strikes you're out, more cops on the street type of thing. And then you do that and you spend all that money, and then you want to tell us that the cops are too mean, the cops are too bad, the cops are violating your rights, the cops are doing this, the cops are doing that. You put them on the street. Can somebody, really, do you leftists really need to be reminded of that? Well, yeah, that's a dumb question. But, I mean, really, you leftists put the extra cops, the extra police patrols, the extra laws in the books. You did that. And now you're complaining about something that you did. I mean, this is the ultimate of hypocrisy. But so Obama is out there thinking, well, maybe all these people who just got caught smoking pot shouldn't be in jail. Well, frankly, me being a constitutional conservative, I agree with that notion. No, you shouldn't smoke it, but if you smoked it, you shouldn't be in jail for it. And we get a lot of people in our jails at a county and state and federal level. They're there because of minor drug offenses, while some of these more horrific criminals get off nearly scot-free. Why? Because there's no room for them. Or they get out early. Oh, yeah, we're going to parole this guy early. We need the space for other criminals coming in. I mean, we've become a jail state. Yes, there is one thing that the left is right about. In the free world, you can only say free world. You can't say whole world. But in the free world, the United States jails a greater percentage of its population than any other country in the free world. That's not necessarily free. Being free, to me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a law and order. I'm a constitutional law and order kind of guy, and we need to keep law and order in the streets. We can't have a bunch of mamby-pamby, little runny-nosed, snot-nosed, little wimpy millennials running around breaking stuff because they didn't get what they wanted in the presidential election or any other time. No, that's not going to stand under my watch. However, I mean, we will throw somebody in jail even for 30 days at the drop of a hat. You know, I mean, and the powers of the judges for some reason seem to have gotten way out of control. You know, if you look at the judge wrong in the court, it's contempt of court, 30 days in jail. Literally. We do have a problem there. Folks, we have a big problem with that. We have what people are calling the industrial jail complex or incarceration complex. And never, ever should a jail or a prison ever be in the hands of a private company. I will agree with that. I don't care if you're a leftist, rightist, centrist. I do not believe that a jail or a prison or correctional institution of any sort should be in the hands of a private corporation that the government and taxpayer pays for, because they have one thing on their mind, naturally. Can't blame them for this, but they got one thing on their mind, and that's called profit. And the way you profit is to make sure all those prison cells and all those prison beds are what? Full. Now, I know some people on the right thinking, oh, Rod, you're just part of those conspiracies. No, it's not part of those conspiracy theorists. This is a fact. We have quite a few of these prisons and correctional institutes that are privately and semi-privately owned. There's one thing on their mind, and that isn't correcting behavior. It's making a profit off of locking people up. That's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. It's unconstitutional. You're unduly stripping people of their rights. For what? Smoking pot? And yet we'll let somebody like Mrs. Clinton and all her minions get away scot-free with everything that they've done in the past. All their high crimes and misdemeanors. While other people who did exactly what they did, oh yeah, they did what? They went to jail. Yep. Sorry, not buying this. So there's a lot of work ahead to level this kind of crap out. We really got a lot of work ahead of us, and people got to stop being hypocritical. They got to stop and think, well, hey, you leftists, you're the ones that put the 100,000 extra cops in place and all in the current system of 3 strikes you're out and everything like that. You're the ones that put all that in place. And you blacks, hey, my Negro brothers and sisters, guess what? You're going to jail at a higher rate because of what Bill and Hillary Clinton did back in the 90s. You heard?
You're listening to me, your lovable host, L-Rod, here on The Rod Eccles Show.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
We've all heard of male enhancement, but now there's an expert on true male enhancement in the areas that really count. In Herb Ellis's book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, you'll find answers to questions like, why doesn't she want to have sex? A quick start, quick results workout guide, plus what you can do as a side hustle to make money now. With all the great tips in this book, every man can benefit. Get the book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, on Amazon.com.
This holiday season, help Soldiers for Stockings improve the morale and welfare of members of our armed forces deployed overseas. Now through November 20th, there is so much work to be done, and you can help in many ways. Download the stocking pattern from stockingsforsoldiers.org and start sewing today. Volunteer to help decorate and assemble stockings. Donate Christmas candies, snacks, nuts, chips, drink mixes, DVDs, books, magazines, lip balm, toiletries, and other items needed to fill the stockings. Or help make packets of snowman soup, hot chocolate, to send along with the stockings. For more information, patterns, and a list of items needed, visit stockingsforsoldiers.org. This holiday season, help send our troops a touch of home. For many, it's all they will receive. All stockings need to be completed by November 20th. So get started today at stockingsforsoldiers.org. That's stockingsforsoldiers.org. Stockings for Soldiers, sending stockings filled with joy to our soldiers in harm's way for the 9th consecutive year.
603-835-3226. Yes, you are a day away from the major turkey event. Hopefully you have a wonderful turkey day. And I shouldn't say that. It's really not about the turkey. It's all about the giving thanks and celebrating the providence of God in this country. And, you know, look at the rest of the world. There's plenty of places that really are struggling. I mean, just to survive for survival. I mean, it's amazing that in this day and age, this is why we cannot have one world government, because the world isn't equal yet. And the way people are, they never seem to want to, well, governments that come into power, they never want to seem to raise people out of the muck. No, it's always easier to them, or for them, instead of raising people up, is to bring people down. You know, so instead of praising the rich and getting the rich to do even more and become more innovative and help bring more people into the ranks of the rich, no. All across the globe, what you have is people that want to punish, tax, and steal from the rich, and then bemoan and besmirch the rich. And I mean, who are the first people to get rained on if something politically happens? Well, the so-called rich. And there are a lot of places, and again, we have this in this country where we have people that they put their own little, they can't get out of their own little world. And you hear it all the time. Oh, yeah, they only make $5 a day. Well, let's just say $5 a day in Bangladesh is actually middle class. It's like earning $60,000 a year here. But you want to go over to Bangladesh, use your own little inner circle world view, and say, no, these people got to earn, the regular $60 a day. Well, that doesn't work there. It's not how their economy is. We always didn't have to have that kind of money. I mean, I remember back in college, well, when I first got out of college, I worked as a teller at a bank. And I remember people coming in, paying off their mortgage. This gentleman came in and made his last mortgage payment on his house, 30 years. You know what his mortgage payment was? And it was his monthly payment. You know what his mortgage payment was? His mortgage payment was $55. Now, you can't buy a house for $55 a day today. Forget a month. His last mortgage payment was $55. And I said, well, this is pretty cool. We're all standing behind the teller line, and that's pretty cool, $55. Yeah, that's, usually the last payment is slightly more than what your regular payments were because of interest and things like that. So that last payment is usually a little bit off. So they try to get you to pay, so it might be a few bucks more. But he said, no, It's been like $55 and whatever cents it was. It's been that for 30 years. Every single month. 360 months, he said. We gave him his receipt. He said, I got the mortgage right here, and the mortgage manager came out and said, no, we can't have mortgage burning ceremonies in the bank anymore. She said anymore. She really did say anymore. I don't know if they actually did that before. I don't know. Maybe they went to the manager's office and did it, but she said anymore. I remember it distinctly. She said, we can't do that anymore. So I'm guessing the bank that this guy, that I worked at, this guy at his mortgage through, once did that for mortgage holders. $55 for his mortgage. I don't know what kind of house he had. I didn't see pictures or anything, but we're talking the suburbs of Syracuse, New York. There were some houses that were, probably 1,200 square feet, postage stamp size, but still, your own plot of the earth for $55. Can you, even if that was, it wasn't in the 70s. I know some people are saying, well, wow, that was back in the 60s and 70s, Rod. No, I'm not that old. But, they would have gotten the mortgage like in the 40s after the war. And there were people that had mortgages from the 30s. Not many of those were around because the 30s were such a hellhole, but there were some people who managed. But nobody's out there trying to, when it comes to governments, trying to build up people to be able to do that. To get out of the muck, get out of the poor ranks, and become middle class so they can afford things like their own house, their own piece of earth. We don't have anybody out there doing that, unfortunately. Well, we're long overdue for a break. We'll be right back. But it's Thanksgiving, right? So you'll forgive me.
The Red Cross responds to nearly 66,000 disasters every year, most of them house fires. Red Cross President and CEO Gail McGovern says you need to develop an evacuation plan and practice it, especially with your children. It takes just 2 minutes for a home to be engulfed in flames.
Practice those drills. We all think our kids know what to do. They don't. We need to teach them. We have started a large campaign where we're going into vulnerable communities and helping install smoke alarms. Already 92 lives were saved, and 4 of those lives were saved by a 5-year-old girl who remembered what we taught them during these fire drills, and she got her family out. We also have a slew of free apps that people can download onto their smartphones. It's what to do in every kind of disaster you can imagine, how to prepare and how to recover.
To help support all the Red Cross does and to make a financial donation, go to redcross.org. That's redcross.org.
I'm just so happy my father had a chance to see his kids before he passed. I just want to say thank you.
When her father fell ill, the American Red Cross was able to help get Veronica's brother home from the Navy to speak to his father one last time. It's thanks to your donations that we can connect military families when they need it most. Please donate today at redcross.org.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness.
Get some rear security.
From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month, and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please, call or go online right now.
São 603-835-3226 is the number to call should you wish to join me here on the fantabulous Rod Eccles Show. Yes, I said fantabulous. I don't know, is that really a word? 603-835-3226. We got Fox News here is topping the ratings once again. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't particularly like Fox News, but when you're comparing it to CNN, MS, ABC, CBS, NBC, am I missing any? Well, Fox News, the Fox News Network, FNC, Cavuto, The Five, Bear, Carlson, O'Reilly, Kelly. Yeah, that would be that Kelly. Hannity. By the way, Hannity is really pretty much blowing everybody out of the water. He's got a 618 share. His nearest competitor on is Lemon on CNN with a 336 share. And of course, Headline News is I don't even know how Headline News is still on the air. It's kind of like CNN used to be, but somehow they do it. But CNN is none of them are doing very well. I mean, when it comes to looking at who they're going up against, there's just really no comparison with Fox News channel. Hannity is the biggest of the cable news televangelist, if you want to call him that. Then Bill O'Reilly, And, the O'Reilly factory, because you got O'Reilly there. He's sitting at a 628 share, and then Carlson at a 611, and then Megyn Kelly. But the lowest rated Fox show, which is Cavuto, still gets better ratings than the highest rated show on the other three networks. Do you realize that? The lowest rated show at 3:57 is Cavuto's show at 4 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time. Now, Hannity comes on at 10. The next best rated program on the other three networks, CNN, MSNBC, Headline News, is Don Lemon show at 10 p.m. against Hannity. He gets half the viewership that Hannity gets. And that's the best ranked show. And he still doesn't beat Neil Cavuto, who was the lowest ranking host on the Fox News channel. Just saying. And these people think that they've got some power, that they didn't, Donald Trump was being too harsh on them when he dressed them down the other day. I don't think so. I think the American people were looking for somebody to finally do that. They were looking to get, well, I wouldn't say revenge, but they were looking to get to have the media get their comeuppance. Because evidently they're not paying attention to their ratings anymore. Well, I guess they never have. Because that's not a big deal for them. They're losing viewership. Not a big deal. Let's just double down on being stupid liberal. But they haven't changed. Newspapers, too. Which is probably why I'm getting stuff from the New York Times. Oh, Rod, please be nice to us. We'll send you free email. Yeah, not interested. But people often, I love it when people constantly tell me, well, from the left, well, all you're just getting your news from Fox News. You should stop watching Fox News. And then I have to tell them, well, maybe that's why Hannity gets such a high rating, because people like you are watching him. Well, that usually ticks him off when I say that, because I don't watch Fox News. I can't remember the last time I saw a Hannity show on TV. I mean, I listened to him on the radio, but I can't tell you the last time I saw him on TV. I think it might have been back in February of 2016 when he was interviewing Trump live on the air. I think it was either Trump or Cruz. It was the last time. I don't even remember what it was, but it was back in February. It was the last time. Sorry, Sean, I don't watch you on TV, dude. Just don't. So I don't know. I don't watch Fox News at all, really. So I don't know what Fox News says. Unless it's coming up in my daily show prep and research, and I get to see the clips or hear the clips or watch the video clips or what have you, I don't watch Fox News. And I'm not saying it to be erudite or to be, think I'm better than anybody else, but when somebody tells me that, well, you just watch too much Fox News, then my response automatically is, well, since I don't watch it, you must watch it. That's why you know, or you think you know, what I watch, because it's on Fox News. And you can't know it's on Fox News unless you, what? Watch it. So if you're not watching it, then how would you know what Fox News says, you hypocrite? That always shuts them up, because one of two things happens. They realize, no, they don't watch Fox News, and they're only, repeating some stupid soundbite they heard, and that makes them look like a total idiot. Or two, they've just been caught in a hypocritical lie, accusing somebody else of doing exactly what they do. Either way, they go scurrying off, their tail between their legs. Love it. And I don't watch any of the others either. And I like keeping my hair. by the way. I don't want to be pulling my hair out while trying to watch these guys. But understand that you got Fox News with an average primetime share of 610, and MS has got 294, CNN at 285, and Headline News is at 76. Again, how are they still on the air? Can somebody tell me that? I could run a better network than HLN, obviously. And I don't have any experience in the TV game. Yeah, well, maybe it's just the way it's designed. Headline News isn't supposed to be dramatic. I remember Headline News as what was it was CNN and CNN Headline News. Remember Headline News just that every 30 minutes was a 30 minutes newscast over and over and over again. But that was it. It was a 30-minute newscast. I don't. Are they still like that? It's been a while since I've actually paid attention to Headline News. I don't know if they're still like that or not. Do they have special programs or anything? I don't know. Anybody watch Headline News? Nobody. Well, I don't know why I'm asking, because they've only got a 76 share, so nobody out there is watching. I'm sorry, that's just terrible. How terrible of me. Hey, did you hear this? Politico.com, not a Politico, but the Politico, the center of they like to think of themselves as center of the road, leaning left, news and political publication Politico. The editor of Politico resigns after publishing home address of alt-right icon Richard Spencer advocating for baseball. Now, I got to tell you, I haven't heard until, I don't know, within the past couple of weeks, I never heard of this so-called alt-right movement or groups or what have you. I didn't know these types of, I didn't know it was called alt-right. I didn't know these types of people or groups existed. They haven't done anything or said anything really worthy of me noticing. Evidently, well, I guess the Twitter thing really brought them to the fore, because now everybody's talking about the alt-right. Alt-right this and alt-right, and now they're trying to tie the alt-right all the way back to Ronald Reagan. Was there an alt-right movement when Ronald Reagan was president? No. Now, I don't know much about this whole alt-right thing, because unfortunately, when you're trying to find this stuff and trying to get information, most of it comes from left-leaning or totally in the tank leftists, and they're telling you it's all over the map of what these alt-right people are. Oh, they're skinheads in disguise. Oh, they're the KKK's new group. Or they're this new white neo-Nazi nationalist group of people out of Idaho or Kentucky or someplace. I can't get a straight answer of what the alt-right is. It's a bunch of different stuff. And this guy advocates, this, and this guy. Hey, by the way, speaking of alt, maybe they're not really alt-right. Maybe they're alt-leftists. Maybe they're the alt-left, the alternative left. Where is it here? You got Nick Cannon out there actually talking about this stuff. That's right. Mariah Carey's twin baby daddy, Nick Cannon, is out there talking about the alt-left. Well, who's the alt-left? Well, you ain't going to hear this probably from lamestream here. This comes from the Daily Mail. Here's the headline. Mariah Carey's ex, Nick Cannon, says Planned Parenthood commits genocide against black Americans. Now, when was the last time, besides me, have you heard a black American, let alone a black American entertainer, talk about Planned Parenthood in such a way? I don't know. You got people out there talking about the alt-right all of a sudden and somehow trying to tie them all the way back into, you won't believe the stupid conspiracy crap that I've been seeing lately. Oh, they got to hurry up before December 13th to stop Donald Trump from getting the nomination. There is so much of this crap out. Folks, I told you it is not a done deal until until January 20th, at least December 19th. It is not a done deal. Now, we can be all happy and feel, euphoric and everything, but you got to be vigilant until then because the left is still trying to steal this whole thing from you. But anyway, you have Mariah Carey out there, or not Mariah Carey, but Mariah Carey's ex, Mariah Carey's baby daddy, Nick Cannon. He's saying that Planned Parenthood commits genocide against black Americans. The America's Got Talent host said Planned Parenthood is real genocide to the black community. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Now, Cannon told the Breakfast Club that it wasn't designed for our people, but rapper previously made a bold statement on abortion with his 2005... Nick Cannon had a rap album, by the way? I didn't know that. Yes, it didn't go anywhere. He's also voiced frustration about being forced to choose between Clinton and Trump, comparing them to choosing which gun you want to get shot with. Well, there are a lot of people that have made that comparison. But obviously, he's no lover of the Clintons and no lover of the left because they support, I've told you people time and time again, even you moderate leftists, Planned Parenthood is not about women's health. It's about infanticide, and it's about controlling minority populations. That was its initial goal. That is still its goal. The only problem is, there's one group of people that's pretty damn smart and pretty, they don't fall for the Planned Parenthood family planning crap. And that's the Latinos, especially the illegal immigrants coming. I mean, they're having kids left and right. And obviously Islamists having kids left and right. They're not falling for the Planned Parenthood mess. Unfortunately, American Latinos like Puerto Ricans and African Americans, they're falling for Planned Parenthood, and now so are a bunch of white people, white girls. And that's a shame because, who knows who you're, this is my main reason to be against abortion. Who knows who you're aborting? Future president, future astronaut, future scientific discovery breakthrough researcher. How about somebody who's going to cure disease, all disease? We've probably aborted them. They never had a chance to live. Honestly. We killed off our future. That's why. And not to mention, God just says don't do it. And for those reasons, that's why I'm against it. In the honor of Shark Tank, if you go into Planned Parenthood and you say, well, these, you've done this, this, and this, and for those reasons, I'm out.
You're listening to me, your lovable host, L-Rod, here on The Rod Eccles Show.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
We've all heard of male enhancement, but now there's an expert on true male enhancement in the areas that really count. In Herb Ellis's book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, you'll find answers to questions like, why doesn't she want to have sex? A quick start, quick results workout guide, plus what you can do as a side hustle to make money now. With all the great tips in this book, every man can benefit. Get the book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, on Amazon.com.
This holiday season, help Soldiers for Stockings improve the morale and welfare of members of our armed forces deployed overseas. Now through November 20th, there is so much work to be done, and you can help in many ways. Download the stocking pattern from stockingsforsoldiers.org and start sewing today. Volunteer to help decorate and assemble stockings. Donate Christmas candies, snacks, nuts, chips, drink mixes, DVDs, books, magazines, lip balm, toiletries, and other items needed to fill the stockings. Or help make packets of snowman soup, hot chocolate, to send along with the stockings. For more information, patterns, and a list of items needed, visit stockingsforsoldiers.org. This holiday season, help send our troops a touch of home. For many, it's all they will receive. All stockings need to be completed by November 20th. So get started today at stockingsforsoldiers.org. That's stockingsforsoldiers.org. Stockings for Soldiers, sending stockings filled with joy to our soldiers in harm's way for the 9th consecutive year.
Don't forget that deadline is quickly approaching, folks, for those of you who are fancy yourselves as musicians, either amateur or professional. The deadline for submitting your Christmas song, your original Christmas song, is quickly approaching. Yeah, don't forget, we're looking for holiday songs in order to play, not as, we play them in full. And I had this question the other day about this. Well, are you only going to play it as a bumper? No. We don't play them as bumpers. We play the full song. We play, one or two an hour. We play the full song with full credits. It doesn't come in as a bumper. But we do have some holiday music bumpers that we're going to be playing starting next week. So all of those, some of the stuff that has already been submitted has passed inspection, so to speak, and we'll start playing some of those next week. But the deadline to get yours in is December 5th. That's roughly a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. When is December 5th? Well, I don't know. Let's look it up. It is. Well, I actually got about 2.5 weeks. It's a Monday. It's the first Monday of December. So, well, no, you got a week and a half, excuse me. So you got all of next week, the rest of this week, and all of next week to get your submission in. December 5th is the deadline because, obviously we only have limited time, and we have to be able to go over the songs and listen to them and make sure that, we like them enough to put them on the air. But you get full credit. Don't forget, you're getting full credit. Even website mention if you have a website. But there you have it. So it's Christmas music, however, not No, well, if you got a Hanukkah song, that's cool. But it's the Christmas holiday is what we're looking for, Christmas music. And it should reflect Christmas music, not holiday. It should reflect Christmas, in the veins of I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, boom, 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 boom. But before we get there, we've got to get through what? We've got to get through Thanksgiving, which is coming up tomorrow, as a matter of fact, which is really kind of weird that it's here already. It really is. But we'll have a best of show tomorrow and Friday, which is why we're kind of doing open line or Freedom Friday today. But in any case, get your songs in and get your birds ready. Oh, we got a turkey.
Premature birth is the number one killer of babies.
So hang in there.
Premature birth is the number one killer of babies. Those who survive often face birth defects and complications that affect them for life. For hundreds of thousands of families in the United States, this is the hardest thing they will ever have to face. And it's even harder on the baby. March of Dimes is providing education and support to families and funding life-saving research to give every baby a fighting chance. You can help. Do something today. Give them tomorrow at marchofdimes.org/tomorrow.
See that cute little dog in the pet store window? Chances are it came from a puppy mill, a breeding facility that forces caged, neglected, and often sick dogs to churn out puppy after puppy to be sold for profit. Meanwhile, millions of wonderful, healthy pets end up in animal shelters. This leads to the killing of more than 9,000 by the end of today. But with one simple choice, you can help. Just by deciding to adopt instead of purchase your next pet. Animal shelters are full of amazing pets looking for a home. When you adopt your new best friend, not only are you saving a life, you're taking a stand against puppy mills. When your friends see the smart choice and impact you've made, they adopt their next pet and share with 5 of their friends, who share with 5 more. Before long, thousands get involved. Pet stores stop selling dogs from puppy mills, and even more lives are saved. And with your help, we can save them all. Visit bestfriends.org/puppymills to learn more.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The following letters were written by our troops.
My dear fellow Americans, I truly appreciate your support. I was starting to wonder if people had forgotten about us over here, but then one of my buddies showed me this website, and now as tears are streaming down my face, I can see for sure that you haven't. Private Emily B., U.S. Army.
It's so heartwarming to see the American people not letting the men and women of the armed forces be forgotten. Your letters make a group of grown men, battle-hardened and gruff, act like a bunch of kids around a Christmas tree. Thanks. Staff Sergeant Matthew H., U.S. Army.
Your support may be the most important thing our troops can carry with them. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs. To show your support, visit americasupportsyou.mil. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Ad Council.
Thousands of families affected by disasters, like the recent wildfires, urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide warm meals, shelter, and hope to families when they need it most. Please donate today to Red Cross Disaster Relief to help people affected by disasters, big and small. Go to redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS today. Your support is critical. We can't do it without you.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness.
Get some rear security.
From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you could still have hepatitis C, a serious disease that's a leading cause of liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 65, you should get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments can cure this disease. Talk to your doctor about getting tested. A message from the CDC.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
Welcome back. It is I, your lovable host, Elrod, coming to you live from the Bunker Eyes studio, somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where the state motto is live free or die. It is not big government or bust. And no, it has not changed. And I'll keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't change over the holiday weekend. I'll just make sure of that. We'll do our best to make sure it doesn't change over the holiday before Maggie Hassan heads out the door. I do believe January 2nd is when the change of power in the state happens. But anyway, welcome to this Wednesday, Hump Day, now actually termed Friday edition of the Rod Eccles Show.
Welcome to Freedom Friday.
Yes, I know. On your calendar, it says it is Wednesday, November the 23rd, in the year of our Lord 2016. But since it's also a holiday week, we will not be here on Friday. So today is acting as Freedom Friday as we get to slide on in celebrating our freedom and our thankfulness and our providence from the good Lord above tomorrow. And most of us will be celebrating with lots of football and lots of turkey, lots of overeating, coma, all that kind of stuff. I'm really no exception. I stuff our faces and You wait an hour or two, and you go back and get seconds, and you wait an hour or two, and then you go and get dessert, and you wait an hour or two, and you go back and get a second helping of dessert, and then before you know it, it's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. The earliest you've ever gone to bed is like, 11, but it's not 8 or 9 o'clock at night. You're passing out because you're in a total, complete melatonin and tryptophan turkey and other wonderful delights of that particular day coma. And you go to bed very well satisfied from watching football, probably seeing your team lose. Some of you are lucky enough to see your team win. You go to bed with a smile on your face, and then you wake up the next morning and realize, oh my goodness, it's Black Friday. Isn't that racist? We're calling it Black Friday. Isn't that a little bit racist? I mean, what do people do on Black Friday? You get a bunch of white people that run into Walmart, and they punch and scream and kick and scream and shout and scream and scratch and scream and claw and scream to try to get the best deal. People get hurt. People have gotten killed at Black Friday. Well, actually, that's not funny, but do you remember that? In one particular case, it was a Walmart employee opening the door. He got killed. Remember that a few years ago? So Walmart somehow changed the way they do that. I don't know how they do it, but really, you people got to go out there and do that kind of stuff, and they call it Black Friday. Now, we all know that, well, most of us know what they really mean by Black Friday. It has to do with a banking term. If you make money, if you are profitable, it means that your company is in the black. If your company is losing money, it means your company's in the red, because they use red ink for that, kind of like a teacher does. But they've really, some school districts, teachers are not allowed to use a red pen because red ink for marking things incorrect is too devastating to our kids. So they say. Yeah, that's how we have kids that need safe space, because they don't know how to deal with red ink. But, so it's called, you're in the red if you're losing money, but you're in the black if you're making money. I don't know. Is that racist? Why not? Everything now is racist. I mean, I can't tell you when I hear these people, and it's usually some liberal white person. No, let's be fair and honest about this. I'm watching these news clips of these people talking about racism, and 90% of the time there's a white person there, a young white person, 35 years of age or younger, looking, that's what they look like, and they have this slight erudite accent about them, and they're telling other white people, and in some cases they're telling Latinos and black people what racism is. Yeah, we think that this word is racist. And I have seen on these clips some of these even CNN hosts that are of minority descent. Look at these people. They don't think that their faces. They think that their faces are being hidden. But you can see the looks on their faces when they get this kind of stuff, and they're thinking you're just a total idiot. But for whatever reason, they will not call them out. Because you cannot tell me that even on CNN, that half of these minority people think that half this stuff that's going on out there is racist. But you can see it on their face. They don't buy it, but they're out there selling it because it fits their narrative. I mean, it's just... Electing Donald Trump is racist. Really? So Donald Trump is supposed to be able to control what other people say about him. So if you've got a neo-Nazi or a skinhead or a KKK group or an alt-right group or a white supremacist group, it doesn't matter. If they're out there saying, yeah, Donald Trump is our guy, we love Donald Trump. Somehow that's Donald Trump's fault, and because some racist group loves him, that now makes him a racist? Well, the KKK for years and years and years, and still today, is really on the Democratic side. So does that make Democrats racist because the KKK really still embraces the Democratic Party? Robert Byrd was a KKK member. Remember that, anybody? So does that make everybody in the Democrat Party racist? Well, evidently, this new definitive way of determining who's racist and who isn't would mean that anybody who liked Robert Byrd is a racist. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, you know, I look at these people sometimes and I'm thinking, you got to be out of your mind. You know, you have a mixed race couple. I don't know, it could be white and black, could be white and Latino, white and Asian, doesn't matter. The problem is that according to the left, even though you have a partner, if you're a white person and you have a partner, romantic partner that you love dearly, even have kids with, if you have a partner who's different, who's not white, you're still a racist. I'm still trying to figure that one out. You're a white male and you're married to a black woman or a Latino woman or an Asian woman, or even it's kind of rare for this kind of stuff to happen, from India woman, and somehow you're still racist. You might even have 5 kids with this woman and you're still racist. Because if you weren't racist, you wouldn't have married him in the first place. I think that's the explanation I got. Wait. So you fall in love with another human being simply because you find that human being to be attractive both outward and inwardly. Let's face it. You know, we usually get attracted to somebody by their looks. Something about their looks attracts us. I mean, they may not be, you know, cute, handsome, the most beautiful person on the planet or we've ever seen, what have you, but there's something about their looks that attracts you. That's how it usually, not all the time, but for the vast majority of the time, that is what catches a person first, is the way somebody looks to them. Something about them just triggers something within us. So does that mean that if you're a white guy and you see this beautiful black girl over there, the reason why you're attracted to her is because the only reason you're attracted to her is because she's black? And because you're attracted to her only because she's black, that makes you a racist? Well, have we really redefined racism to such a stupid level that no matter what you do, if you are born white, you're automatically a racist, according to the new left? And I hear this stuff all the time, and it makes me cringe because it really undermines real racism that isn't prevalent in this country, but still exists. It undermines real racism, and it camouflages it. And people don't pay attention to it because every time they hear the word racist now, they think, oh, geez, now somebody's calling me a racist. I know I'm not a racist. I mean, hell, you know, I'm married to a black woman. How can I be racist? And folks, that's done on purpose. We have been hoodwinked, and now they're trying to carry it even further. They notice how they all say it. In lockstep, Donald Trump is a racist, bigot, homophobe, and, you know, now the alt-right is endorsing him and talking to him and blah, blah, blah. The alt-right is a racist group, so that means Donald Trump is an alt-rightist. He's a member of the alt-right. He's a racist. They keep saying this over and over and over and over again, ad nauseum, on a daily basis. They're not letting up. Even after Donald Trump dressed them down on Monday, they're still trying to use their same old tactics. Lie, 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 lie until you believe it's the truth. Tell you, that's what's going on right now, folks. That is because the left has lost their freaking mind. That is what's going on right now. And you're seeing it on full display. They used to try to at least somewhat try to hide it or camouflage it. Oh, no, they're not even trying anymore. It's a full-out assault. Do you realize, trust me, they realize and know that they have lost big time. And they keep losing. And these little, they think they're little bad little mamma jammas out there. And they're not. They're just leftist idiots who don't get it. Even when they look around and see nothing but liberal devastation as far as the eye can see, and not only here in the U.S., but even going abroad, across the pond, these people, but they won't give up. Because somehow, every time you turn around, what is their excuse? Well, we just didn't get our message out. Yeah, you did get your message out, and people rejected your message. They don't like it. No. We just got to work harder to get our message out. I don't know how you didn't get your message out. You own the media. Sometimes these people just really drive me insane. Well, they drive me insane. They probably drive you insane, too. They've always driven me insane. But these wonderful people, here's political editor resigns after publishing home address of alt-right icon Richard Spencer advocating for baseball bats. Hey, bring a baseball bat to this guy's house. So what if a mob did show up? What if Black Lives Matter showed up at this guy's house and harmed him or his family or destroyed his house or God forbid, killed him? National editor at Politico, Michael Hirsch, resigned after publishing the home address of alt-right figurehead Rich Spencer Tuesday morning and advocating for serious violence. Big deal. So he resigned. Richard Spencer's address is still out there. Anybody paying attention to that? No, we're supposed to feel good that he resigned, not the fact that his address is still out there and this guy is still vulnerable. Agree with his politics and his race beliefs or not. That's up to you. The point is that you don't instigate the potential harm or death of person or property for any reason. Not in this country. That's not the way things are done. But in a leftist mind, in a leftist world, sure, if you believe somebody to be other than a liberal, they're worthy of getting hurt in your book. Yeah, we got the deal. We got it. What's they say? We got your number. We got you. We got you.
You're listening to me, your lovable host, L-Rod, here on the Rod Eccles Show.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
We've all heard of male enhancement, But now there's an expert on true male enhancement in the areas that really count. In Herb Ellis's book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, you'll find answers to questions like, why doesn't she want to have sex? A quick start, quick results workout guide. Plus, what you can do as a side hustle to make money now. With all the great tips in this book, every man can benefit. Get the book, Husband 2.0 Real Male Enhancement, on Amazon.com.
This holiday season, help Soldiers for Stockings improve the morale and welfare of members of our armed forces deployed overseas. Now through November 20th, there is so much work to be done, and you can help in many ways. Download the stocking pattern from stockingsforsoldiers.org and start sewing today. Volunteer to help decorate and assemble stockings. Donate Christmas candies, snacks, nuts, chips, drink mixes, DVDs, books, magazines, lip balm, toiletries, and other items needed to fill the stockings. Or help make packets of snowman soup, hot chocolate, to send along with the stockings. For more information, patterns, and a list of items needed, visit stockingsforsoldiers.org. This holiday season, help send our troops a touch of home. For many, it's all they will receive. All stockings need to be completed by November 20th. So get started today at stockingsforsoldiers.org. That's stockingsforsoldiers.org. Stockings for Soldiers, sending stockings filled with joy to our soldiers in harm's way for the 9th consecutive year.
You got the political editor out there who's out there giving away people's addresses and stuff and, threatening violence and that kind of wonderful stuff. And nobody is paying attention to what's happening over on CNN. Well, probably because nobody's watching CNN. But Paula Zett on lifezett.com has the story. That is Laura Ingram's new thing, right? Anyway, CNN guest drops the big N-word live on the air in a smear of Trump's Mr. Bannon. Now, the host briefly chides the pundit for using a racial slur, then suggests Trump advisor supports Nazi salute and white supremacy. Hey, don't use that word. But, hey, the reason why he's using that word, Mr. Other Guest, is because, you support Nazism. You guys use a Nazi salute. You support white supremacy. This is just, it's unimaginable how they get told that they were acting like assholes throughout the election, in that if they want fair treatment from the White House in the future, that they've got to be more fair in their reporting and being honest about it, and then they come right back. They go right back to doing what they've always done without even blinking. I mean, you got to be some kind of stupid to think you can get away with that. Mentalism is a disorder. The mainstream media's transparent quest to tarnish President-elect Trump's image by insisting his advisor and former Breitbart executive Stephen Bannon is a bigot has reached absurd new levels. Yes, here's a guy who's anti-Semite and bigoted. He works for a Jewish publication. Yeah, Breitbart was Jewish. He's got Jewish friends that he hangs out with. Yeah, but, he's an anti-Jew, anti-Semite, hater, bigot. Are you kidding me? So if somebody turns out to be, I don't know, well, hey, it's okay, I guess, to be a model and then to interpret and insult another model. Melania Trump being insulted by the left by somebody over the top It's not even funny because it's nothing like her. From what I have seen on, of Melania, that impersonation was nothing like. Dead on is what they said. No, it wasn't. It was not. I didn't see or hear Melania in that impersonation at all. But, that's okay. CNN Brooke Baldwin asserted on Tuesday that Bannon and Breitbart support the Nazi salute and white supremacy. So Breitbart and all his cohorts who are Jewish or hate themselves versus people like George Soros, who we know helped the Nazis. I mean, that's just historical fact. Now, of course, he says he did it in order to survive, and everybody buys it over here. Yeah, he only did that, did what certain things that they asked for. He didn't do everything the Nazis asked him to do. He didn't do everything, putting his life at risk. But he did what he had to do in order to survive, and we forgive him for that. And yet he's still doing the same thing that he did back then. And he doesn't need to do it in order to survive. He's doing it because he wants to do it. So Breitbart, who, Andrew Breitbart, who was Jewish, a lot of people at the Breitbart publication are Jewish. But I guess they all hate Jews, so they're going to, do what CNN says. These people are just unbelievable. I'm sorry. They just need to. CNN just needs to go away.
The Red Cross responds to nearly 66,000 disasters every year, most of them house fires. Red Cross President and CEO Gail McGovern says you need to develop an evacuation plan and practice it, especially with your children. It takes just 2 minutes for a home to be engulfed in flames.
Practice those drills. We all think our kids know what to do. They don't. We need to teach them. We have started a large campaign where we're going into vulnerable communities and helping install smoke alarms. Already 92 lives were saved, and 4 of those lives were saved by a 5-year-old girl who remembered what we taught them during these fire drills, and she got her family out. We also have a slew of free apps that people can download onto their smartphones. It's what to do in every kind of disaster you can imagine, how to prepare and how to recover.
To help support all the Red Cross does and to make a financial donation, go to redcross.org. That's redcross.org.
I'm just so happy my father had a chance to see his kids before he passed. I just want to say thank you.
When her father fell ill, the American Red Cross was able to help get Veronica's brother home from the Navy to speak to his father one last time. It's thanks to your donations that we can connect military families when they need it most. Please donate today at redcross.org.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please, call or go online right now.
Welcome back. 603-835-3226 is the number to call should you wish to join me here on the Rod Eccles Show. Thanks for joining me here on this Thanksgiving Eve day. And I have no idea, all of a sudden the whole switchboard is going crazy nutso here. You ever do something when you actually click something and it doesn't click? And you think that it clicked, but it didn't? Yeah, I'm noticing that today. And that's due to, there's probably some sort of slowing virus or cookie that's been loaded on my computer for one of these sites. You know, every night before I quit and leave the office, I take my computers that I'm running and I do antivirus and anti-spyware, anti-cookieware type of searches, and I go basically the same places every day. I don't really travel very far outside of my normal routine of all the different places that I might go on the web, but I don't find myself venturing to different places too often. Because my realm, as far as regular visits to websites is concerned, is probably a lot more vast than the average person because of what I do. So when I say I don't visit outside my norm too often, my norm is pretty broad and wide. So maybe that's the issue. But every night I do a scan of my computers, and I got to tell you, I mean, I have to find and capture and eliminate, and however this anti-spyware type of software is, often it finds well over 500 files in one day. But as soon as I get rid of those, if I clean my computers and get rid of those, everything else speeds up. I mean, it's just, and then I go to these websites now, and they say, well, you have an ad blocker. Please disable your ad blocker. I'm like, hell no. I'm not doing it anymore. Because I don't know how you guys are doing it out there, you ad people. But you insert stuff that probably that even a lot of the regular anti-spyware and antivirus software can't find or think that it's, that it's malware of any kind. So it stays. But I don't know how else you're getting, if nobody's selling you my information, I don't know how else you're getting my email addresses. I am tired of being bombarded by ads that I don't want to see because you think I want to see them because Amazon or Facebook has put some stupid cookie in my computer, and because somebody else may have looked at something on my computer, or I get, I hear about stuff all the time, and I have to do it for this news program that I might want to investigate something, and all of a sudden you think I'm looking for this type of product and you start bombarding me with ads for it. I'm sorry, I am not a tranny. I don't want high heel pumps. The reason why I'm starting to get these high heel pumps is because there was a picture of Melania walking down the street with her son Barron, and they mentioned everything that she was wearing and what Barron was wearing, and they came to Melania's shoes. I never heard of them before, so I wanted to know what that company was. And all of a sudden, I'm being bombarded by ladies' shoe company ads. I don't want ladies' pumps. Leave me alone. They think they're being smart, but what they're doing is they're pissing everybody off. You don't need to know every little thing that I'm doing. So, no. If your website asks to disable my ad blocker, I will not do it. If you won't let me onto your site until I disable my ad blocker, I will not visit your site. Now, who does that hurt? Me or you? I can go to another site and get the information I'm looking for. You don't get me on your site. So my eyeballs aren't even seeing your weak-ass ads as they are. I will never, ever, ever on any of my websites knowingly put devices that will add spyware to your computer. I will never knowingly ask you to disable your ad blocker. I mean, you've obviously got it for a reason. I do. Because I don't want all that. Now, imagine if I did not have an ad blocker on my computer, how many files that would be infecting my computer on a daily basis. Already I'm getting rid of 400 or 500 a day, and I still have an ad blocker. Obviously, it's not that effective then, is it? Just saying. So I don't disable it. On rare occasion will I do that. But generally speaking, if I'm going to your newspaper site and you want me to disable ad blocker, you know what I just say to you? Screw you, move on, go to the next site. I don't lose a thing. I know there are some publications that think that, well, you lose our unique insight. Washington Post, LA Times, New York Times, you have no unique insight. I know what your insight is. You're a bunch of liberal assholes, and I can do without it, actually. Obviously, because of your drop in circulation, your drop in advertising dollars, there are a lot of other people who feel the same way. They can do without it. So guess what? At some point, the whole nation's going to do without you because you won't be around. And some people will say at first, when the New York Times closes their doors, oh, such a staid and proud institution, gone forever. While the rest of the country sits back and just giggles and chuckles. We knew it was going to happen. Those idiots couldn't figure it out, how to save their company. They could have saved the New York Times, but those idiots drove it into the ground. And we'll be sitting back here laughing. Laughing. We won't be laughing with you. All you wonderful reporters out on the street looking for jobs. We won't be laughing with you. We'll be laughing at you. I don't know. Does that mean? I don't think so. I don't think it's mean. I think it's right on track. Hey, have you guys actually heard the sound of a turkey gobble? Evidently, they don't actually gobble too often, but since it's Turkey Day, we gotta play the gobble gobble. I played earlier today the turkey purring, sounded just like a cat, but I didn't know turkeys did that. But this is the way turkeys normally sound, on a short burst. And those are the people that we're talking about today, too, from places like CNN. And Russia has obviously or evidently called Obama a turkey. In so many words. I'm reading this and thinking, are you got to be kidding me? You got to be kidding me. This is their take on this. Here it is from HeatStreet.com. Russian TV blast Obama for man-spreading in front of Trump. Now, everybody knows what man-spreading is, right? Now, you know who made man-spreading famous? And not in a derogatory way either, but yeah, Japanese men. You see Asian men from like China, Japan, Korea's. That's how they sit. I mean, they're the ultimate man spreaders. And there is a, well, it's not, if you go into, some of these so-called primitive cultures that are still in existence, like in the Amazon or in Africa or someplace, and they're sitting in a comfortable place and comfortable manner, they also do the man's, it's a natural. It's what it is. It's a natural thing. It's a male testosterone. I'm the dominant male type of thing posture. It's somehow ingrained in us, and that we've trained ourselves in the West to not do this because we think it's unsightly. It's uncouth, uncivilized to manspread. It's uncivilized to present your manliness. Now, obviously, there's manspreading for a reason. Not going to get into the deep sexual connotations of it, but there you have it. What if we're not wearing pants or kilts, what's being exposed when we're manspreading? Exactly. So that is one of the natural innate things that represents manhood. And so back in the days when men were men and women were women, and women got dragged around by their hair by the man into their cave. That's how you judged manliness. Who was more manly than the other? And in order to figure that out, you had to view it. It's all natural instinct stuff. But they're accusing Obama of manspreading. It's not a law. Now, they got in here that that New York City now has a law against manspreading on subway. It's not a law in New York City, is it? You can't. What kind of law are you breaking if you manspread on the subway in New York City? I don't think it's a law, but anyway. A popular TV anchor on one of Russia's state-owned channels has accused. They still have state-owned channels. I thought the USSR had died and gone away. Anyways, now I thought it was just the Russian Federation now, but they still have state-owned news. So one of Russia's state-owned channels has accused President Obama of behaving in an uncivilized fashion towards President-elect Donald Trump, including manspreading. Yes. This is from HeatStreet.com now. In the primetime Sunday news program, Dmitry, why are they all named Dmitry? Dmitry Kiselov weighed in on the first meeting between Obama and Trump at the White House. During the meeting, the Post pointed out Trump was behaving humbly, while Obama was unceremonious and even uncivilized. And you spell Kisilov, K-I-S-E-L-Y-O-V. In case you want to go look him up. Dmitry. D-M-I-T-R-I. In case you don't know how to spell Dmitry. Trump behaved like an English lord while Obama sat with his legs wide open, in pose that is prohibited even in the famed New York Metro, because it is considered demonstration of male domination. Yes, so Trump behaved like an English lord while Obama sat with his legs wide open in a pose that is prohibited even in the New York Metro, because it is considered a demonstration of male domination. Now, that's the first I've ever heard of manspreading being prohibited and illegal in the New York City Metro. Especially for that reason. Not because they're taking up more space, which is usually at a premium on subway system and transit systems in New York, but because it's a demonstration of male domination. Really? That's why it's being, prevented in New York? Interesting. Then the host said that Obama was throwing his arms about as if he was in the jungle, a comment that was later edited out and some in the West considered to be racist. So, Obama does tend to, often when he's not on the teleprompter, he kind of, has large hand gestures because he doesn't know what to do with his hands, because he doesn't know what he's saying, because he doesn't have his teleprompter. So if he's flinging his arms around, well, maybe what they should have just done is just put up a teleprompter to calm, President Obama down. They wouldn't have had to worry about anything, and then they wouldn't have the Russians out there calling him a jungle boy.
You're listening to me, your lovable host, Elrod, here on The Rod Eccles Show.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
We've all heard of male enhancement, but now there's an expert on true male enhancement in the areas that really count. In Herb Ellis's book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, you'll find answers to questions like, why doesn't she want to have sex? A quick start, quick results workout guide, plus what you can do as a side hustle to make money now. With all the great tips in this book, every man can benefit. Get the book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, on Amazon.com.
This holiday season, help Soldiers for Stockings improve the morale and welfare of members of our armed forces deployed overseas. Now through November 20th, there is so much work to be done, and you can help in many ways. Download the stocking pattern from stockingsforsoldiers.org and start sewing today. Volunteer to help decorate and assemble stockings. Donate Christmas candies, snacks, nuts, chips, drink mixes, DVDs, books, magazines, lip balm, toiletries, and other items needed to fill the stockings. Or help make packets of snowman soup, hot chocolate, booklet to send along with the stockings. For more information, patterns, and a list of items needed, visit stockingsforsoldiers.org. This holiday season, help send our troops a touch of home. For many, it's all they will receive. All stockings need to be completed by November 20th. So get started today at stockingsforsoldiers.org. That's stockingsforsoldiers.org. Stockings for Soldiers, sending stockings filled with joy to our soldiers in harm's way for the 9th consecutive year.
You know what there we don't have out there? We don't have Thanksgiving music. Well, I mean, there aren't any Thanksgiving songs, right? There's there's Christmas songs. There's 4th of July songs, even patriotic songs. There's New Year's song, New Year's Eve songs, or Halloween songs out there, and then even if you're paying attention to the bars at the particular point in time, there are St. Patrick's Day and Cinco de Mayo songs. But there are no Easter songs either. No Thanksgiving or Easter songs that I know of. I mean, is there really are there Thanksgiving songs? Maybe I should do a quick Bing search. Yeah, I try not to use Google as often anymore, folks. I really don't. I tell you not. I don't tell you to do stuff that I'm not willing to do myself, and I tell people stop using Google so much. So I have. So I've even consciously made the effort to stop saying Google it. Now I'm saying Bing it. And does that sound dirty? That's a double connotation there, right? Don't Google it, Bing it. Google, can Google be a dirty term too? I guess if you want to put it that way. I don't know. So maybe I should get just say, didn't Trump do something to quantify that he owns you're fired somehow, I guess, register it. Maybe I could register Bing it. I mean, you got to go out there and you got to find I've been looking for alternatives for Twitter. And somebody has come up with something called gab.ai. And I haven't joined it yet. I'm not exactly sure how. I guess you don't really join it. You got to kind of be accepted and invited to it, which is a bunch of bullshit, actually. I mean, they need to get off of that if they want to grow, they need to get off of that, you got to apply and we'll accept you or not. I mean, no, that's not how it works, really. They need to get off of that pretty darn quick. But, I don't, are there alternatives to other stuff? Yeah. There are alternatives. I mean, obviously, to Google, you don't got to use Google. You don't got to use Google Chrome. You got Firefox. You got, Internet Explorer. You got all kinds of alternatives for you out there. So, and if there's a startup out there, I understand that that you have to you gotta. Well, I guess Gab is a startup. Because I've never heard of it before, but it recently came to my attention. So if it's a start, look, I understand that you gotta be careful when you're starting up, because if you have something that people want, they could probably flood you to a point where you crash, and you don't want to crash. I get that, I get it, but after a certain point of time, you really need to gear up for that, for what is going to happen, because if you don't, you're going to crash and burn anyway. That's just the way this tech stuff works. So is there? Well, what's a Vimeo? Vimeo is an alternative to YouTube, obviously. It doesn't. I don't think it works nearly as well as YouTube. I know, and you should. It's not the same kind of platform that YouTube was built on, but YouTube was built or bought by Google, and you got to admit the stuff is good. I admit, YouTube, the platform is good. It's the biggest platform out there. Facebook, the platform, is decent. It's the biggest platform of its kind out there. Google and Google Chrome and, Googling it, Google search, it's a good platform and it's probably the biggest and best out there. I get it. But sometimes when the biggest becomes the baddest, you've got to change and go for somebody who's different or smaller. Now, those smaller ones had better be, Shark Tank is full of this stuff. You have to be able to hit or, while the iron is hot, strike while the iron is hot. And a lot of these people, they fail to do that. Now, I don't know what of these new companies. I mean, there's Home Talk, which is an alternative to Pinterest. I don't know of an alternative to LinkedIn. To some extent, there's Google Plus. Unfortunately, it's Google Plus. It's Google as an alternative to Facebook, but Google Plus screwed up their launch. So if you've got this is my thing to Gab. Learn from Google Plus, or else you will always play second fiddle to Twitter. Just saying. You gotta get on board pretty darn quick, guys. Save yourselves. For the rest of us, please save yourselves.
Premature birth is the #1 killer of babies. Those who survive often face birth defects and complications that affect them for life. For hundreds of thousands of families in the United States, this is the hardest thing they will ever have to face. And it's even harder on the baby. March of Dimes is providing education and support to families and funding life-saving research to give every baby a fighting chance. You can help. Do something today. Give them tomorrow at marchofdimes.org/tomorrow.
See that cute little dog in the pet store window? Chances are it came from a puppy mill, a breeding facility that forces caged, neglected, and often sick dogs to churn out puppy after puppy to be sold for profit. Meanwhile, millions of wonderful, healthy pets end up in animal shelters. This leads to the killing of more than 9,000 by the end of today. But with one simple choice, you can help. Just by deciding to adopt instead of purchase your next pet. Animal shelters are full of amazing pets looking for a home. When you adopt your new best friend, not only are you saving a life, you're taking a stand against puppy mills. When your friends see the smart choice and impact you've made, they adopt their next pet and share with 5 of their friends, who share with 5 more. Before long, thousands get involved. Pet stores stop selling dogs from puppy mills, and even more lives are saved. And with your help, we can save them all. Visit bestfriends.org/puppymills to learn more.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The following letters were written by our troops.
My dear fellow Americans, I truly appreciate your support. I was starting to wonder if people had forgotten about us over here, but then one of my buddies showed me this website, and now as tears are streaming down my face, I can see for sure that you haven't. Private Emily B., U.S. Army.
It's so heartwarming to see the American people not letting the men and women of the armed forces be forgotten. Your letters make a group of grown men Battle-hardened and gruff. Act like a bunch of kids around a Christmas tree. Thanks. Staff Sergeant Matthew H., U.S. Army.
Your support may be the most important thing our troops can carry with them. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs. To show your support, visit americasupportsyou.mil. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Ad Council.
Thousands of families affected by disasters, like the recent wildfires, urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide warm meals, shelter, and hope to families when they need it most. Please donate today to Red Cross Disaster Relief to help people affected by disasters, big and small. Go to redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS today. Your support is critical. We can't do it without you.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you could still have hepatitis C, a serious disease that's a leading cause of liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 65, you should get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments can cure this disease. Talk to your doctor about getting tested. A message from the CDC.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
Hammer of Truth, the Lightning of Truth, the Truth Rod. There's been a bunch of new Truth nicknames that I've gotten lately. I can't recall them all, but I thank you for all of them, of course. And as well as most of you know, I am also El Rod, which is Spanish for the Rod. El Rod is my Spaniard nickname. 603-835-3226 is the number to call in here as we broadcast live from the Bunker Eye studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire. That is correct. It is Wednesday, Hump Day, November the 23rd in the year of our Lord 2016. But instead of us doing or being here all week, we have an amended week because tomorrow is Thanksgiving, which means we traditionally take Thanksgiving Friday off. So, we got like this Thanksgiving Thursday, Friday, Thanksgiving weekend, that type of thing. And no, I do not do Black Friday, but my mother and my sister do, along with my nieces. And they're gone all day. All day. So this is our edition of Freedom Friday. We're talking about
Welcome to Freedom Friday
that you have on your mind. So Freedom Friday is today instead of Friday. We're supposed to be, because we won't be here Friday live. It's the best of the program that you'll probably want to listen to. What am I going to do on Friday? I gotta tell you the truth. I do not know. Now, usually on Thanksgiving Friday, because this is not the first year I'll have to do this. Last year was the first year I had to do this. But I don't remember what I did last Friday, or last Thanksgiving Friday. I really don't. It's a total blur. I didn't do anything, really. So I don't know what I'll do this year, because usually what I do on that Black Friday, Thanksgiving Friday, is I could just I got to spend time with my dad. But he's not around, so I guess I'll just be sitting in that house by myself, because I ain't going to any shopping center on Black Friday. I'm just not going to get out on those roads. I'm not fighting with those ladies. That's dangerous. Just saying. Just not doing it. But no, I didn't. I just, I know what I did. I stayed home. They had, on, I think it was the El Rey Network is what it's called. And I don't get El Rey Network here. But El Rey Network last year had a Kung Fu movie marathon. Yeah, you remember, those. I am a huge fan of those badly dubbed chop suey kung fu movies. Love them. So the first Thanksgiving Friday, Black Friday, that I got to spend without my father, I watched those stupid, wonderful kung fu movies all day long. And I just sort of vegged out and relaxed and remembered the good times with my dad. But no, he didn't particularly like those movies. But every once in a while, he'd sit down and watch one with me when I was younger. And he never understood why I liked them. And usually, I think he just thought they were funny, because he laughed most of the time when he watched them. But yeah, they are kind of funny. So I just sat around and watched those. And now I remember, yeah, that's why it was just because I just vegged out and didn't think about anything. All I did was just get lost in those stupid movies, which I love so much. And try them out if you've never. They're terribly dubbed. The only thing that would be better than a Chinese kung fu, these kung fu movies, they're basically, like spaghetti westerns. Like Clint Eastwood got famous for doing spaghetti westerns. Well, that's basically what they are, but they're just kung fu. The only thing that would be better than a kung fu movie marathon on Friday would be a Godzilla movie marathon. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, just in case you don't know. I look, see, people think, well, Rod, you just seem serious all the time. You never have any fun. Would a serious person watch kung fu movies or Godzilla? And I'm not talking about the latest serious Godzilla movies. I'm talking about the stupid campy ones from the 60s and 70s when they gave Godzilla personality. That's where I learned about Godzilla and started falling in love with it. I just recently found out that they're called kaiju. Or kaiju. That was Pacific Rim. Remember Pacific Rim, the movie? Evidently, it did a lot better than I thought it did at the box office, because right now they're filming the sequel to Pacific Rim. I found that out yesterday. I'm a little bit excited. But Yeah, they're called kaiju or kaiji, giant monsters. And I didn't realize it was a whole classification and genre. But when I was a kid growing up, I watched this Japanese import called Ultraman. Anybody remember Ultraman out there? Well, evidently there has been a lot of incarnations of Ultraman of late. I've seen them on YouTube and Hulu, and I'm trying to catch up to with all this Ultraman stuff. I mean, there's Ultraman. They're like on Ultraman 10 or something right now. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I remember Ultraman. I remember Jet Jaguar from a Godzilla movie. They actually tried to make Jet Jaguar his own movie hero, I guess, but for whatever reason it didn't work out. But yeah, he was kind of mean looking anyway, Jet Jaguar. He didn't look like he'd be a hero. But in any case, you got to be I guess you have to be a kaiju fan. Kaiji? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. You got to be a Godzilla and a Godzilla monster type of Godzilla-like monster fan to understand that, I suppose. I don't know. But that would make Black Friday perfect for me if it was a Godzilla movie marathon. They should have... Look, they got a cable channel for everything else. Why don't they have a kaiju cable channel? Kaiji or kaiju all the time. There are a ton of kaiju movies out there that are not just Japanese. They're American. There's even some European ones. I saw one. What was it called? Actually, it was pretty bad. I didn't see the whole thing. But and there's even fandom stuff. I watched a fandom Godzilla movie. It was an hour and a half of pure camp, but it was all right because you knew exactly. Obviously, they didn't have a huge, budget because it's what they call fandom movies. Fans just making a movie of their favorite stuff. I don't know who's got time to do that, but these people obviously do. It was actually pretty good. I was impressed. So there's plenty of stuff. They could do a kaiju channel if they really wanted to. If somebody really wanted, I don't know. Maybe they have one in Japan already. I don't know. Have to look it up. But in any case, there's a huge fan base for that stuff. By the way, I mean people are. They're really upset it's taking him this long to make a Godzilla sequel. And when the original owner and still owner of the Godzilla brand and Godzilla name decided to make their version of a Godzilla movie come back to insert the American version, they decided they weren't going to release it here in the USA. I guess it was released here in the USA for like one weekend. And that was it. But that ticked off a lot of Godzilla fans in this country. There's a huge Godzilla fan base here. And I don't know why they didn't want to tap into it. But evidently they didn't. And when they did show it, it was only for a week. I missed it. I didn't even know it was here. I didn't think they were actually going to be able to bring it here. But evidently they did for one weekend back in the beginning of October. And I found out the weekend after it aired or played in the theaters. I'm like, well, where in the theaters around here was it? I didn't see it. So I don't know how I'm going to get to see it. I guess I'll have to see a rip-off version of it that's badly dubbed on YouTube or something. When somebody eventually does that. And they will. And it'll get like a bazillion views, like anything else. Well, I told you here on, this is Freedom Friday. Freedom Fridays, we talk about anything of interest to me at all. It could be pop culture, it could be science, it could be the sun. Yesterday, evidently, there's a quote unquote hole in the sun. That star that warms the planet up there. It's rather small, but this is what our sun does constantly anyway. Don't worry, as far as we know, it's not going to run out of energy unless some alien force is draining its source. Then it's not going to run out anytime within our lifetime. Speaking of aliens, have you ever watched Ancient Aliens? think it's on Discovery Channel. And they've got some episodes over on Netflix, I do believe. A few seasons on Netflix. I've watched a few episodes of Ancient Aliens. And usually I'm cracking up at that their theories. Everything is due to, in the history of mankind, is due to ancient aliens. That's not what they call them, though. They call, there's another name that they give them. It has to do with historicalness of ancient aliens visiting. The problem is, if you actually think about it for a second, and I had this aha moment, and I meant to share it with you last week when I had it, but we got so bogged down with other things to talk about. But here, since it's Freedom Friday on Wednesday, I feel free to be able to talk about it. Here's this aha moment. Now, we've got all this evidence that they say is depictions and proof of a superior being or superior race out there that has come to visit Earth. And that in some of these depictions, in Egyptian and Indian, from India, ancient depictions, artwork, there were battles in the sky, kind of like dogfights like we have today with our modern jet aircraft. But obviously ancient alien aircraft were involved in these dogfights. So that led me to believe one of two things. Either one, we definitely are the descendants or cast-offs of humanity from another planet, possibly Mars. Or two, the rest of the universe is no different than mankind. How some people say that mankind is so rough, so tough, so violent towards one another. Well, evidently, if mankind has watched and viewed in the past battles of ancient aliens battling each other, we're not the only ones with the violent streak. So either we are a part of that culture and that there are other humans out there somewhere, or if there are alien races that are humanoid, but they could be humanoid, but they're non-human. Evidently, they have the same violent problem that we do, which means that the entire universe, no matter where we go probably, is going to be in the middle of some kind of war somewhere at some time, so we had best be prepared. I'm just saying. So maybe all these doomsday space movies, like Independence Day and Battle for L.A. and all that kind of stuff, maybe that's because it seems like Hollywood of late has been like, a soothsayer. It seems like the things that they put up on the silver screen, if they haven't already come true, at some point within the near future, within the lifetime of those viewing that movie as a first-run movie, it will come true. Now, I don't know about you, but if you think about things in that light, considering where we are, that kind of scares the hell out of me of where we're going. Maybe I need to stop watching all those Armageddon type of movies and stuff. But think about it, folks. If all of these alien races really want to battle it out with other alien races and or take us over, why would we be extending an olive branch to them? It's not going to work. Just saying. From a point of view of logic, doesn't seem to make any sense to me. But then again, I'm not one of those brilliant scientists out there who knows everything. Even though they find out later, when they think they know everything, they find out later that they knew nothing. So now they know everything because before they didn't. But they thought they did before. But now they really do. And tomorrow will come around and they'll realize that they were wrong again. But hey, for now, they know everything.
You're listening to me, your lovable host, L-Rod, here on The Rod Eccles Show.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
We've all heard of male enhancement, but now there's an expert on true male enhancement in the areas that really count. In Herb Ellis's book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, you'll find answers to questions like, why doesn't she want to have sex? A quick start, quick results workout guide. Plus, what you can do as a side hustle to make money now. With all the great tips in this book, every man can benefit. Get the book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, on Amazon.com.
This holiday season, help Soldiers for Stockings improve the morale and welfare of members of our armed forces deployed overseas. Now through November 20th, there is so much work to be done, and you can help in many ways. Download the stocking pattern from stockingsforsoldiers.org and start sewing today. Volunteer to help decorate and assemble stockings. Donate Christmas candies, snacks, nuts, chips, drink mixes, DVDs, books, magazines, lip balm, toiletries, and other items needed to fill the stockings. Or help make packets of snowman soup, hot chocolate, to send along with the stockings. For more information, patterns, and a list of items needed, visit stockingsforsoldiers.org. This holiday season, help send our troops a touch of home. For many, it's all they will receive. All stockings need to be completed by November 20th. So get started today at stockingsforsoldiers.org. That's stockingsforsoldiers.org. Stockings for Soldiers, sending stockings filled with joy to our soldiers in harm's way for the 9th consecutive year.
603-835-3226 is the number to call should you wish to join me here on the Rod Eccles Show this morning. Same number every morning, so don't be shy about dialing in if that's what you feel that you need to do or would like to do. Even on today, you got something wacky to talk about today. Today's a good day to do it. We get really kind of loose, as it were, when we get to holiday stuff. Like this story, for instance, from Orlando Sentinel. Sanford Mall Santa resigns. But you will never guess why this particular Santa resigned. He got in trouble. Because some parent overheard him, but here's the story. Sanford Mall Santa has to say his ho-ho-hos elsewhere after telling two children that Hillary Clinton was on the naughty list. This Santa put Hillary on the naughty list. Yes, last week, a Santa actor portraying Santa Claus, or is it Klaus, at Seminole Town Center angered a parent for telling an ill-timed political joke to two children. Or is it chillin'? Do you know who is on my naughty list? He asked the kids. Hillary Clinton. It said a Facebook post from the children's mother. The children's mom complained to mall management and posted it to Facebook, where the story went viral. I didn't see that, but the children's mom complained to the mall management and posted it to Facebook, where the story went viral. Now the Santa has been reassigned to a new mall, given training, and he's been given. The Santa mentioned in recent reports in Florida is still employed by us in a different location. And he's been trained not to tell little kids Hillary's on the naughty list. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, folks, but I thought that was a little hilarious. Yes, Santa was given additional training to ensure that he remains in the character of Santa during all future appearances, said a statement from Seminole Town Center. Santa is a symbol of peace, joy, and goodwill. And for all, we are pleased that we are able to bring his cherished symbol to the communities we serve. Actually, Santa is about being good, honest, and forthright and Christian. That's the whole point. Other than being totally commercialized, that's the whole point of Santa. So saying, good little boys, you got to be good little boys and girls if you're going to expect to get toys on Christmas morning. What's bad little boys and girls get coal in their stocking? Bad little boys and girls get put on Santa's naughty list. Santa's checking his list, and he's checking it twice, going to find out who's naughty or nice. So this Santa was actually in character when he said, "Hey, Hillary Clinton is on my naughty list." I'm sorry if I find that funny. I found it funny earlier when I found it, and I still find it hilarious. Santa's doing his job. Santa is putting the right people that deserve to be put on the naughty list. He's putting them on the naughty list. So, if you're a bad boy or girl, no matter how old you are, Santa's going to get you, and he's going to put you on that naughty list. Have you been naughty or nice? Because Santa's in that, Thanksgiving Day parade tomorrow, right? Macy's Day parade. And he can see everybody who's been naughty or nice, including Hillary, evidently.
The Red Cross responds to nearly 66,000 disasters every year, most of them house fires. Red Cross President and CEO Gail McGovern says you need to develop an evacuation plan and practice it, especially with your children. It takes just 2 minutes for a home to be engulfed in flames.
Practice those drills. We all think our kids know what to do. They don't. We need to teach them. We have started a large campaign where we're going into vulnerable communities and helping install smoke alarms. Already 92 lives were saved, and 4 of those lives were saved by a 5-year-old girl who remembered what we taught them during these fire drills, and she got her family out. We also have a slew of free apps that people can download onto their smartphones. It's what to do in every kind of disaster you can imagine, how to prepare and how to recover.
To help support all the Red Cross does and to make a financial donation, go to redcross.org. That's redcross.org.
I'm just so happy my father had a chance to see his kids before he passed. I just want to say thank you.
When her father fell ill, the American Red Cross was able to help get Veronica's brother home from the Navy to speak to his father one last time. It's thanks to your donations that we can connect military families when they need it most. Please donate today at redcross.org.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, We have served our nation as a force in readiness.
Get some rear security.
From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. Woo! There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please, call or go online right now.
It looks like celebrities are on the attack themselves, or under attack themselves, and they're going on the offensive. And some are just getting old and trying to slither away, or I should say slink away quietly. But for all you believers out there, and I know that there are some out there that listen to this program. I have run into them, not personally, but on social media. You really should kind of lay off the Biebs, Rod. Why? He's a Canadian. He's not an American. Why do I got to lay off him? Any case, evidently Bieber is in, and I'm about to support Bieber on this one. Yes, Bieber's in trouble again for being a pissant, a brat, a thug, whatever you want to call him. His personality leaves a lot to be desired. I don't care how cute people think he is. I don't know. I guess if you like that kind of girlish, I personally myself, if he grew long hair, I'd probably mistake him for a girl. He still has that girlish baby face to him. Have you seen him? He was on the American Music Awards that we just had not too long ago. I got a glimpse and I'm like, he still looks like a girl. I don't know. Does he grow facial hair? I don't know. I'm not a fan of his anyway. I'm not going to follow him. But here's something. It just came across the news feed. And I'm like, oh, what the hell has Bieber done now? I know there are people out there that are still saying, "What's a Bieber?" But this is Apple doesn't fall too far from his tree. Have you heard about it? Heard what his father has said about him? Evidently, recently there have been some more nude photos that surfaced on the web no, Justin didn't take them of himself, but you got to understand he knows the paparazzi's all around him constantly, and so if he's somewhere where he thinks he's private, he knows he's not private and alone, so he does this on purpose. But evidently there are more nude pictures out there of them, and Daddy Jeremy Bieber is out there, gushing on the assets of his son, let's just say. But no, Bieber was not caught in Spain in the nude. In this particular case, Bieber was in a limousine car driving away slowly from the event that I think it was a concert or event, but there's video of it. And this wonderful Spanish gay young man, Bieber, it's pretty calm, him exiting. It was pretty calm. But he sees his chance. Bieber lowers his window to wave at the crowd, and this gay boy reaches in and tries to grab Bieber's chest a couple of times, and Bieber, it looks like Bieber saying, hey, knock it off, and the guy doesn't, so Bieber, not knowing what this guy could do to him, probably he punched him. And I guess it split his lip. It didn't look like it was that hard of a punch. I mean, after all, you're sitting down in a moving car. It's not like you can get off a good, solid punch. But evidently in the video he did, and he sort of split the guy's lip. And now he's a millennial. And how I know he's gay, because I didn't see that he was before. But when he goes back to the camera to discuss in Spanish about what just happened, it looked like he was a little happy at first. Oh, my goodness. The way they act sometimes, some of these feministic gay people. If I could translate in English, he was like, oh, my God, I got punched by Justin Bieber. I'm never going to wash my lip. And then all of a sudden, a little gaggle of girlfriends come around, and his facial expression starts to change to shock. Wait, I just got punched. And then he gets angry. And now I guess he's threatening to sue Bieber, because he accosted Bieber. And I got to tell you, maybe it was Justin's fault for rolling down his window. But would you expect anybody, especially another guy, to come up and start grabbing your shirt and your chest? Really? No, so in a shocker, I'm going to support Bieber in being able to protect himself, because he didn't have his protection. Where was his protection deal entourage? By the way, I didn't see any. He was by himself. That was weird now that I think about it. But look, I don't care if you're a celebrity or just a regular Joe Schmo, you've got the right to defend yourself. If you think that somebody's going to, and you never know what some of these super fans are going to do to their literally. The Beatles are a prime example of girls gone wild back in the 60s. I mean, they used to talk about having their clothes torn, some of their hair pulled out. If they actually got involved in up into a mob without any protection, some of these celebrities could literally have been loved to death by their fans. I mean, it's just insanity the way some people act. In any case, I'm standing in Bieber's corner on this one to protect himself. Yes, Bieber's the Biebs is a dweeb in my book, but even a dweeb has the right to protect himself from time to time. UN. Oh, by the way, Nikki Haley has been announced. If you haven't heard yet, Nikki Haley has been announced by the Trump team to be nominated to be the next United Nations ambassador. Yes, yes, that Nikki Haley. So taking another Republican. Well, her replacement is obviously also going to be a Republican, but Trump named South Carolina governor and proven deal maker Nikki Haley as UN ambassador, and evidently another cabinet post could be revealed today. So, South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is chosen to be U.S. ambassador to the UN. I don't know why do they always have to mention her name, or her age, and where she's from. You know, she's the daughter of Indian Sikh migrant parents. She's the first woman of Indian descent to govern a state. Kind of like Bobby Jindal. He's the first male governor of Indian descent to govern a state. She was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people back in 2015. She has clashed with Trump in the past and supported one of his rivals in the GOP primary, but has since shown her support. I did too. I supported, Trump's rivals in the primary. That happens. But when he became the nominee, I supported Trump wholeheartedly, unabashedly, unapologetically. Not once you would never, anywhere, at any time, using any device, known or unknown, be able to find me being an anti-Trumper. Just didn't happen. When that man became the nominee of the Republican Party, I was 150% behind him. A lot of people did the same thing. Their first candidate of choice didn't make the cut. And they came around, just like mine, and they came around and supported Trump. A Trump spokesman said Wednesday morning that the president-elect's choice of another cabinet-level post could be announced later this afternoon. So Trump is filling out his cabinet, and he's not doing such a bad. He's not. You got the press still trying to push that narrative that the transition team is in turmoil, it's in trouble, it's in disarray. They know what they're doing, and Trump just, he just keeps plodding forward. He keeps announcing. He keeps finding people. He keeps talking to people about different various levels of cabinet level positions and undersecretary and lower cabinet level positions. And people are falling, they're falling in line with Trump's ideology, and they say, well, yeah, I could push his agenda and his problem solving skills. All these people are saying they don't have a problem with that. That's good. That is really, really good. We need that on the Republican side for a change. Kanye West is still in the hospital, evidently. I guess he had exhaustion breakdown? Not really a nervous breakdown, but what do they call it? Exhaustion break? I don't really care, but just for those of you people who like to keeping up with the Kardashians, Kanye's still in the hospital, on vacation, I guess. But yeah, there you go. I don't really care. I mean, I hope he's not seriously ill. Hope he gets better, he gets to go home. But other than that, I don't really care. But there you go, and just in case you do care. I really don't care. Let's take a quick call this morning. 256, you're live on the Rod Eccles Show. What you got?
Hey, this is Kevin from Huntsville, Alabama. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Kevin?
Yeah, I am doing great. Let me start with this. I want to wish you, your family, and all of your staff there a great, great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you.
And Rod, me and my family, we pray for you every day because we feel that you're doing the work of God with this show. We're excited about it.
Oh, I really do appreciate that. I really do. You don't know how much I do. That's very important. Thank you.
But to do right to the point, I myself, I'm pretty pleased so far with Trump's picks, his cabinet picks, especially with Jeff Sessions.
There are, I am too, and I think most people, even some people on the left, are rather surprised by his picks, and I'm happily surprised by his picks, and I'm liking them so far. No, I mean, I have a question on the potentiality of Romney being Secretary of State. It wouldn't be a devastatingly bad pick, but I think there are better choices than Romney. But still, overall, I think he's made some very good picks so far.
Well, here's a way that you can tell that he's made a good pick is when the mainstream media suddenly started attacking him.
That's a perfect example. You are absolutely right. Good observation.
Yeah, because they're trying to make Sessions out to be a racist or, an ultra-nationalist. And they're going back all the way back to the 80s to try to dig up some comments or things he said, where they're conveniently forgetting some of the great things he's done. How can you be a racist when you actually prosecuted the Klan for murder in Alabama?
Well, because in a liberal's eyes, he's a white guy and he's a Republican, so he's automatically a racist, and they'll just go find any little thing that he did or said, take it even take it out of context in order to prove that he's a racist. At the same time, forgetting their own people that were actually in the Klan, like Robert Byrd.
Absolutely.
But this whole race narrative, and now they've changed their tone. Now it's alt-right. Now they're not saying racist anymore. They're saying alt-right. They're alt-right supporters and propagandists, and these people are just. It is the same narrative. I swear to God, they sit in a room somewhere, and somebody comes in and said, "Okay, we're gonna do this today." And for the next week or two, we're going to use this word or this phraseology. And the next day, you see everybody on the left using the exact same phraseology. It just came out of nowhere, this alt-right. Nobody heard of alt-right before Twitter banned that one account. And then all of a sudden, everything was alt-right. Even Bannon is now part. Before, when Bannon was first, obviously when Trump was elected and Bannon was first appointed to Trump's transition team, there was no alt-right issue. Yeah, they said that he was a racist because of the white nationalists. But now all of a sudden, because we have this alt-right thing, oh no, it wasn't that he was a white nationalist so much. He's just a part of this alt-right group.
Yes, or if you don't follow the mainstream media, if you don't do what they say or follow all the talking points, now you're fake news.
Yeah. So what's the idea of fake news? I've heard of that. I'm trying to figure out. Well, fake news. Yeah, that's the Onion. That would be fake news. But the other stuff. What are they talking about? Fake news.
They've got a list. A list actually exists out there. Sites, persons, shows that are fake news because they want you to continue to believe in them as your only source, even though their hopes and dreams were shattered this last election. The next day they're whining and crying, how could we have been so wrong? We had Hillary up, 15 points here, 5 points here, 6 points here. Well, now you're just fake news. You still have to depend on us.
Yeah, the right fake news was able to outfake the left's fake polls, I guess, in this particular case, and they're not happy about that.
But one quick question before I let you go, though, because I'm a little confused about something, and I'm sure you probably will understand this much better than I do. There's supposed to be some type of an event going on in December where they're trying to I don't understand what they're saying. Either reevaluate the results of the election, or they're supposed to be redoing the popular vote or recounting the popular vote as a last-ditch effort to get Hillary in there. What is that about?
Evidently there are 3 states. This is from the Huffington Post, and I actually have it here in my in my paper pile here. But Huffington Post is urging Hillary Clinton to challenge the results in 3 key states because of anomalies that the Huffington Post and some of the left say are out there, and they want these states to be recounted. And there's because they believe that the Koch brothers and everybody going back to the 1980s have conspired to influence the election. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're going to drag in the Koch brothers and go all the way back to Reagan days about how the Kochs were influential unfairly in the states of Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan. Really? Yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere. There's also this whole notion that there are 6 electors out there from the Electoral College that have signed a pledge to try to block Trump's nomination. If they do something like that, you want to talk about a constitutional crisis. These people, Americans are not going to stand for that. So I also believe that we got to be vigilant about that. I'm not going to say that's not going to go anywhere, but this whole Huffington Post piece about recounting Michigan, which has already been certified and settled, that's not going anywhere. But you're right. It's a last-ditch effort because they have nothing else.
Well, yeah, and they'll also expose their hand that they already stole 5 states, and they still got smeared.
Yeah, they did. Well, have a wonderful Thanksgiving with you and your family, my friend. I've got to run to take this last break of the day.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking my call, and God bless you. And a real quick shout-out to your helper, Laura. She is a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Yes, she definitely is. I'm thankful for having her.
Thank you, Rod. God bless you.
We'll be back, folks, to wrap it up. Don't go away.
You're listening to me, your lovable host, L-Rod, here on The Rod Eccles Show.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
We've all heard of male enhancement, but now there's an expert on true male enhancement in the areas that really count. In Herb Ellis's book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, you'll find answers to questions like, why doesn't she want to have sex? A quick start, quick results workout guide, plus what you can do as a side hustle to make money now. With all the great tips in this book, every man can benefit. Get the book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, on Amazon.com.
This holiday season, help Soldiers for Stockings improve the morale and welfare of members of our armed forces deployed overseas. Now through November 20th, there is so much work to be done, and you can help in many ways. Download the stocking pattern from stockingsforsoldiers.org and start sewing today. Volunteer to help decorate and assemble stockings. Donate Christmas candies, snacks, nuts, chips, drink mixes, DVDs, books, magazines, lip balm, toiletries, and other items needed to fill the stockings. Or help make packets of snowman soup, hot chocolate, to send along with the stockings. For more information, patterns, and a list of items needed, visit stockingsforsoldiers.org. This holiday season, help send our troops a touch of home. For many, it's all they will receive. All stockings need to be completed by November 20th. So get started today at stockingsforsoldiers.org. That's stockingsforsoldiers.org. Stockings for Soldiers, sending stockings filled with joy to our soldiers in harm's way for the 9th consecutive year.
Quickly, there is other stuff going on out there. For instance, well, here's a story that he just mentioned. The last caller talked about. It's actually Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. I said Minnesota, but it was Pennsylvania, and they're talking about how the votes may have been manipulated or hacked. Versus what's been happening in Texas and even in California. California is still counting over 2 million votes. They can't even get that done yet. But we know of voting fraud that has been going on and taking place in other various keystone states like Florida and Texas. The Carolinas, the Dakotas have caught a few people. And they're looking at as many as 3 million votes that are fraudulent across the country. But They want to go back to just these 3 states. Why these 3 states? Because these are the 3 states that could flip it in the direction of Hillary.
Premature birth is the number one killer of babies.
And they don't want that. They don't want. They're just using anything they possibly can to try to get Hillary in there instead of and basically defy the Constitution, defy the electoral college, and defy the vote of the American people. That's what they're looking to do. They don't care about you or me. That should tell you one thing: why you don't want liberalism in your government. They don't care. All they want is to have power and have their rules in place. That's it. They don't care about the rest of us or what we think or what we feel. They don't care. Look, if they really truly cared, then they'd be working with us right now, or they'd be working to rebuild the Democrat Party into something that people can vote for. No, instead they're trying to fight everything that you and I stand for, plain and simple. But there are some people that seem to be having a difference of opinion. Twitter, by the way, has suspended their own CEO by accident, they say. But yes, they suspended their own CEO for about 15 or 20 minutes. I wonder what kind of tweets that the Twitter CEO put out there to get his account flagged by their automated systems. And Californians may get to vote on the California Brexit in 2018. We'll see how that goes. Until then, you have yourselves a wonderful and happy and safe Thanksgiving holiday. We'll be back live on Monday and a best of show tomorrow and Friday. Until then, I'm Rod Eccles. This has been the Rod Eccles Show. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm out.